I was out there, got a really nice cray which we enjoyed. So
my search continued for some time along the coast, doing many dives.
Alright, first fish of the day. A couple of my crays that I got today. Well, good morning. I'm up at Stony Bay. Been up here for a couple of days, and I'm just heading out. Last few days I've been up here just having a bit of time off work. I haven't had a holiday for most of this year because of COVID and things, so I've taken about 5 days off, and I've spent 3 days relaxing. First night we were here, we got smashed by the weather. I'm here with a couple of the boys. They've all gone fishing. I went diving the other day, and yeah, so I'm up here and I'm heading out for a dive today. But the other day I went for a dive, and one of the boys said to me, oh, it'd be really nice to have a different fish. Can you spare a couple of butters? So I did, and you know what? It was awesome. It reminds me of my younger years when I used to go out. I started spearfishing and freediving when I was like 12 or 13. And I used to go, when I was in Wellington, I used to go get paua and butterfish and cook them up for my parents at the time, you know. Most parents would have been pretty happy to have someone like that as a son. And yeah, so it reminded me of those days. But we had this butterfish and it was absolutely beautiful. We just floured it and cooked it in butter and a bit of oil, and it was delicious. So the boys are asking me again if I can go out and do a bit of spearing, and I also, while I was out there, got a really nice cray which we enjoyed. So you know, the crays are a little bit thin on the ground, they're quite shallow. I found a beauty actually, and it was right in against the shore. So yeah, I'll have a bit of a look today. So let's head out anyway. At Stony Bay, I'm here for another couple of days, and today it's all about going for a dive, doing a bit of spearing, and then tomorrow I'm heading out fishing out wide. You know, this time of the year here can be superb with the spring snapper runs sort of moving from out wide. They go out behind Cuvier and Great Barrier Island and school up a lot, and they come in and head into the Gulf. So it's a good time to go out there and basically, you know, chase some of those snapper moving in. There's been one 20-pounder caught by Logan, who's a young fella I've been, good mate of mine, and it's always nice to encourage the young people into the outdoors. And he went out, he had a PDL, went out while I was diving and got himself a nice 20-pound snapper. So he's in the snapper 20-pound club. So yeah, wicked, eh? And also awesome to catch it on the kayak. So anyway, it's going to be a good day. Got a pretty nice forecast, northeast 10 knots sort of thing. We're on the east coast, but tomorrow's the cracker. So anyway, let's see how we get on. I don't know what the business is going to be like. We had a bit of an easterly yesterday. There's not a lot of swell, but it could have stirred up the water and made it a bit dirty. Hopefully not. Anyway, let's go.
The large kelp-covered boulders provided great cover to snapper snoot, so I started to sneak over them, peering over the drop-offs in hope of finding a snapper sitting at its base. I also snuck around the side of them, using the boulder for cover and hopefully finding that snapper. With nothing around, I decided to look for a butterfish, so I snuck down and sat in the kelp, lying in wait.
Have you ever felt like you were being watched? Have you ever seen that green light in the sky? Have you ever wondered?
Lying on the bottom and wait proved fruitless also, so with nothing else around, I decided to move on.
A man walks quickly down the ghetto and looks behind him.
My search continued for some time along the coast, doing many dives, but eventually I came across a spot which had a few snapper on it. So I gathered some kinner and threw them over a likely looking ledge that I could sneak and get cover from in order to bring the snapper back in. After waiting a little bit, the first few dives proved fruitless. Then, after throwing a few more kinner over there, my efforts were all worth it.
Well, man, that was hard going. Managed to get that little, well, probably, I think it's about 40 centimetre snapper. Got that in the back. That was quite fun. Did a bit of a, you know, I'm swimming around. It's pretty hard going. You can probably see behind me. It's very, very surgy. There's a bit of a swell running. And it's also just kind of sloppy too, but it is actually calming a bit. It looks like, so yeah, but that was pretty hard going. But I saw a couple of snapper, one down the coast there in a nice looking area, so I started getting some kinner and just cracking it open and just lobbing it over into a nice little area where I had a bit of cover to sneak over. And sure enough, there was a couple of snapper there, but one of them was, I noticed him swimming around. He was kind of up in the water column when I was chucking kinner. He was coming up and grabbing them, so he was quite active. And I managed to nail him. Clean shot, stoned him straight away. Perfect. Couldn't ask for better than that, really. And yeah, but I'm going to keep looking. It's really hard going on the crays. I didn't see any. You know, despite having, you know, lots of likely looking country, it's pretty hard going on the crays. And it's also very hard with the swell. It's surgy as, so I'm going to keep looking though. I'm going to try and find myself a nice little spot somewhere where there's less sort of surge hopefully, or less swell hitting it. It's not that easy because it's coming straight in on this coastline, so you know, I'm pretty limited, but you never know. I'm going to get back in the water because I still haven't found those butterfish, and you know, a lot of silver drummer around and that, but nothing in the holes and the caves and the overhangs where they sort of hang out in the crayfish front. So anyway, all good. I'm having a good time, and the main thing is I'm out here doing it, and I'm just in the water swimming around is just awesome. So yeah, anyway, we'll keep going. Wow, what an epic dive that last dive was. Managed to get myself some really good crays. Found a couple of one real nice crack which had absolute beauty crayfish in it, loaded with crays, and it didn't take me long to get the crays I wanted. So I'm stoked. I'll show you when we get back to shore. I didn't have my camera. I've only got a camera on my gun, so I couldn't really take the gun and poke it around the hole. So yeah, I'll show you these crays when we get back on shore. But epic dive. Woohoo! All right, well, back on shore now, and the spoils. Here's a couple of my crays that I got today. One thing I should mention now, there's new regulations when it comes to crayfish, and I should show you this. So you must cut the telson now in the Hauraki Gulf. You can see that. So I've cut the telson out of that. Beautiful crays, good size. The boys have even got a feed to take home, and I'll go and see if I can get another one tomorrow. But yeah, crayfish, yes. And what a sweet little dive that was. So yeah, that's day one, and I will see you tomorrow. Well, good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. Heading out now. Had a really mean sleep last night, man. Not surprising after a full day's diving yesterday. In bed early, and it's about 7 o'clock in the morning now. Sun's already up, and yeehaw. Looking forward to today, just doing about a sort of a half a day, sort of heading back in about 1 o'clock lunchtime, and then heading home. So hopefully we can get into some of these fish out here that the boys were telling me about yesterday. Alright, first fish of the day. Just looking around, sort of trying to locate some. I had a little bit of a cast in the shallows, but this time of the year the fish tend to be a little bit out, a little bit deeper. They can do, because they're moving up the coast. Anyway, first fish of the day, and it's a legal one. It's not huge, and yeah, on the Ganjig. Works well in this nice sort of deeper water, 20 meters. So yeah, there you go, first fish of the day, and we'll let him go. Choice. Alright, just started winding up, and next thing I got hooked up. I was just about to shift and move to another area, and yeah, it happened. So yeah, feels like I don't know what this is. This might be a Trevor actually. Would be nice if it was. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and then it just did a big run. What? That was so bizarre because it came up so easy. I didn't get a look at it yet, but I'm picking it's a Trevor. I hope so. I hope it is. The way it's sort of bobbling in that. I'll just let it. Oh, it just got off. Bugger! Oh, that's a shame. That's fishing though, eh? And you know, there's a lot of activity here. It was just when I started winding it up, it just whoomfed it. So, and it had that real either a Kawai or a Trevally, but yeah, a lot of fish sign down there, so hopefully we can hook up again. Not sure what I've got here. Little blue cod. Didn't put up much of a fight. I was kind of hopeful that it might be a John Dory, but nah, not so lucky. But hey, little blue cod, and we'll let him go. It's undersized anyway. All right, so I'm looking around for fish. You know, it hasn't been the full-on fishing so far. This bright sunny conditions probably aren't helping much, but yeah, I just started coming in over the reef. You know, I'm fishing different depths and just looking around, and I didn't even see this fish on the sounder, to be honest. Feels like a pretty good one. So yeah, just keep working it up on the Ganjig. So yeah, I'm just using the jig to prospect a bit. Feels not too bad, this one. Hopefully it's one for the table, you know. But yeah, good fun. Beautiful conditions out here today. I mean, look at it. You couldn't ask for better in terms of sunny calmness, but sometimes that's not always a good thing for the fishing. But however, it is what it is, you know. And I'm just glad to be out here enjoying myself. And yeah, here she comes, snapper. Nice. Looks like a pretty good one too. Whew, excellent. Good eating size fish. Choice. Take that one. It's well hooked, but I like to just use the lip clippers if I can, if he lets me. Got his mouth firmly shut. I just don't like lifting up on the trace, but if I roll it over the side like that, because he wasn't willing to open his mouth at all, he kept it firmly closed. Yeah, so there we go. Nice pan-sized fish. Beauty, and I'll take that all day long. Look at that, nice eater. Stunning. Love those kind of fish. Look at the colours on that. Man, it's been pretty slow going. I haven't had the fishing that everyone else has had, but I just managed to get this. Something a bit different. Look at that, little goatfish. These are actually quite good eating, but yeah, you need them a bit bigger than this, but Yeah, cool colours on that. Look at him. He's awesome looking. Check that out. Beautiful looking fish. Stunning colours. Well, that was one of the slowest mornings fishing I've had in ages. It's so typical of this time of the year too, you know. They can be on 1 minute and off the next. So yeah, but that's fishing. And you know what, I've just had the most awesome 5 days up here, diving for a couple of them, a little bit of fishing, but just chilling out, you know, chilling out and taking it easy and getting that time outdoors that is so important for everybody, you know. Get out there and get into the outdoors, you know, because it's such a good place. I mean, being on the kayak and doing this sort of stuff is so good for the mind, body and soul, and that's what it's all about. So anyway, that's it from me this time. Cheers for watching, and if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It's all about keeping it real. Sometimes the fish just don't want to know.